Welcome back to Super Sentai Review, episode 134. This was discussing episodes 18 to 21 of Shinkenger, and get this, Kamen Rider Decade episodes 24 and 25. There's a reason for that, I'll get to it. 18 and 19 are two loosely connected episodes. It's mostly just a continuation little arc that we have Shinkenger go through. Where at first, basically, he meets with a team, and apparently we learn a little about his backstory, and where he was trained to become a samurai, and basically this is something he wanted to do. He wanted to become a retainer for his best friend, so he basically went out and became a samurai, while also basically doing a part-time thing as a sushi chef. Yep, and he comes up with digital script scory. Yes. At first, they take away his phone, but that makes him convincing. They get a phone back, and he's able to become, well, member of the team. He's actually the only one who calls Takachu. He's actually the leader of the team. Takchen. He's the only one allowed to do that because they're old friends. Yep. It's kind of interesting what's like that. We have the Sixth Ranger being the best friend of the leader of the team, sees himself as best friend. The only other Sentai I've seen like this, where the Sixth Ranger sees himself like that, is in Gokaiger. Yes, where the fanboy sees himself as a best friend of the lead of the series. Yeah, very similar. Yeah, very similar characters, these two, despite the fact these two never interact with each other. Are they the same actor? Not really, no. But of course, also like 19 is basically mostly like Ryosuke. That's Shuriken Blue. His acceptance for him, the team. It's mostly like continuation of his arc, and that's pretty much it for those two episodes. 20 and 21 is a crossover with basically, well, Kamen Rider Decade, which of course is a crossover that starts to the end of episode 20. Which, yeah, the thing with this episode is that it mostly puts a soul eating episode, and they beat the monster very end, and then all of a sudden a Kamen Rider shows up. Who is this Kamen Rider, you might ask? Daite Kudo, a thief, who basically is there to steal the Squid Sword. Yep, because of the treasure. He is Kamen Rider Deno. Yes. This basically makes an historic event for the history of Super Sentai, where a Kamen Rider, though not the main one per se, appearing in an episode of Super Sentai. Now, the thing with Kamen Rider Decade is that basically the premise of it is to be a tribute show to the Hensai era and a little bit to the Showa era as well. As it was marked the 10th anniversary of Decade. Now, I will discuss this at a later point, more of the episode. It's quite far one of the shorter Sentai seasons I've seen. It's slightly longer than Amazon, which I will discuss in the future. Don't worry about that. Yeah, basically 24 is just what happens next, where you have the main Kamen Rider Decade, where he skies up as a Kudo. He has a mysterious card that basically hints at the finale for this arc. Oh, and by the way, Genta spends most of this arc chasing around Kamen Rider Deno. The whole thing. Throughout the entirety of 24, and it's also basically in, episode 21, a little bit, and it finally concludes a chase with him in the final part of this thing. Which is interesting, the fact that it's like that. Yeah, and of course, during the course of the Kamen Rider Decade, they have the whole thing with the premise of that one is they go through alternate realities, and they arrive in the world of Shinkenger, aka the world of the Super Sentai. Now, why are they here, per se? Well, it was next stop for them. That was simply put the reason for it. There was no specific reason they're here. It's just that basically you have it where the Rangers themselves, the Shinkenger, they're witnessing the whole thing, the Shinkenger, they found with the monsters, and the fact this is actually the first world they've gone to where there is no Kamen Riders, no Riders. Yes, and then we have this guy in the series, in Nakashi. He is basically not a very interesting character. He keeps preaching, oh, Kamen Riders basically are bad. They're going to destroy the world. And I'm thinking, dude, have you ever heard of the original Kamen Rider, Kamen Rider number 1, or Kamen Rider number 2, any of the show era writers? Basically, if they found out what you said, they would come at you and beat the living crap out of you and probably all give you a 10-way rider kick. Because the rider kick is very powerful enough to destroy monsters. Oh, and don't worry, the stuff with him I read about, like, wow, okay, this is interesting. I will get to him eventually when I get a chance to talk about Kamen Rider Decade. He's mostly here just to be a negative Nancy, per se. It takes until the final part, basically, for more of the story to get forward, because if you look at 21, right after you watch Kamen Rider Decade 24, like, it's just basically a regular standalone episode where it involves these egg monsters. This also was the episode that introduced Chica's father to the series, which I believe this may have been his sole appearance to date. Yeah, he was the previous Sentai. Previous one. This actually, okay. So, he previously back in episode 11. Yeah, this episode is his last appearance ever in the series. Now, if you're curious though, is the actor who plays the father of Chica is his actual father? No, not really. They're not even related at all. He's only appearing here just for this one sole episode, and that's it. No, seriously, that was basically it. Oh yeah, in the Monsters episode, he never appeared in Power Rangers. Nope, never did. Which is interesting. He's actually one of the very few monsters they never used. Why they never used this guy? Now, and of course, they be by the end of the episode. Finally, by the end of the episode, we finally do something where we have it where Shuriken and Takachu just runs into Kamen Rider Decade. And the other guy's, oh yeah, he destroyed the world. So he's like, if you say so. Yep. Then, of course, basically, that leads to a brief. And, of course, then we have the, well, Deno and Genta basically showing up. And then later on, that leads into them chasing him to a pier, which basically ends up having him fight a Wraith. Well, basically a curse one who actually had taken his weapon that transformed into Kamen Dio. Yeah, he took it and transformed into a monster. And the guy's like, oh no, we had the birth of Kamen Riders. Now, the female character in this particular thing, her name is Nakaturia. No, not that one. It was, okay, Natsusumi. Very beautiful woman. Oh, yes, definitely. Mm-hmm. The actress who plays this, by the way, this only came like a decade ago. You know how she is? Well, she's like about the same age as me. Yeah, seriously. She is pretty much 34 years old. No, seriously, she is pretty much 34 years old. Yeah, same age as me. Though 1 month older. Yeah, she is 1 month older than I am. So, they do defeat the monster at the very end, and aside from the fact we just have basically guest appearance with a Shinkenger, it's almost like they didn't do very much in this crossover. Not really, no. I mean, if you look at the 21, it's like we have barely anything to do with Kamen Rider at all in that one. Not really, no. But these definitely were. The story itself was kind of interesting. Yeah, and of course, the Xander Calvert was like, what the heck is up with this Kamen Rider stuff? Which, by the way, he actually does nothing this crossover. Yeah, he's basically absent for no explained reason. He just simply not on the ship, and In case you're curious, though, did he make a trip to the surface? No, not at this point in time. Nope, he just basically wandered about the world, the Sentai River. Yeah, that's pretty. Or he could have been on the top deck. That's possible. The guy has tendency to suffer through bad headaches, and he's always in a bad mood. Not even Dayu basically was bothered doing anything with this crossover. Yeah, she better basically do something else. Yeah, get that smoking hot babe away from the Kamen Rider. Yep. Jay Monster, she's very beautiful. No denying that. She's got beautiful lips. Though she's played by a beautiful woman. That's just my opinion, anyways. Yeah. But yeah, not much else to say for this one. Now, like I said before, I was originally planning on stopping, well, let's just say, taking a break from this particular thing at episode 25. But I didn't remember the description of episode 26. I figured, though, because Samurai ended with this adaptation of this episode, so I figured, though, I would end with episode 26. That's pretty much what we're going to end with there. And tomorrow, I'm probably just going to go through the remaining 5 episodes tomorrow anyways. I can probably start one of the episodes tonight. And I can probably start up now. I think by either tomorrow or Wednesday, I will probably start up. I will resume watching Kamen Rider, which I will do for 27 straight episodes. And once the episode is done, then I will take a break and move on to reading some light novels. And what the first light novel is going to be, and what anyone's going to be, you'll find out when it happens. Probably later on this week. Possibly, yes. But yes, that's a particular review. Next up is One Kamen Corner. Yes, I do have One Kamen Corner ready to go. Yep, but until next video. Bye.